What up, YouTube? It's your boy Banks, and we back in the building. You feel me? It's True Talks, cause True Talks. All right, let's get straight right into it. So you already know, I've been, away for just, I was out of town for, the weekend in a little bit. So I appreciate y'all hanging in there, waiting for the videos. I missed the last two games, of a breakdown and just doing a video period. But, we back at it. I'm back. You know what I mean? So obviously we're going to dissect what happened in game 5. And, if you haven't been paying attention, obviously we know that, the Celtics went up 2-1. And then, game 4, Steph Curry was hella elite. He was snapping. Obviously, the Celtics didn't play the greatest defense, but give credit where credit is due. Steph Curry took advantage of all mistakes that they made. And that's the thing. You're going to take advantage of your mistakes. You better not make no mistake, or at least cut it off to where it's like 10% of the time you make a mistake, but you're in tune for the rest. And you can see game 5, they implemented that, changed their strategy. And it's clear that even Udoka has explained, like, we haven't given the same attention that we gave KD that we've given Steph. We've been lackadaisical, miscommunication. Like, we've been in the drop. Like, he's explained that. So they kind of cut that shit off. And, they're attentive. And it's no coincidence why Steph Curry all of a sudden in game 5 has his worst game of the series. And this is the first time he's been guarded like how the Cavs guarded him, right? More similar, where either they switch everything or the bigs will just hard hedge till, the point guard or the defender, the primary defender gets back, and then they recover back to their non-shooter, whoever, if it's Iguodala, Draymond, whoever's the one setting the screen, Gary Payton, whoever it is, Looney, like that's what they do. So I don't know why they didn't do this from day one. I always thought they would just switch everything, which is why I had Celtics in 6. I thought they will switch everything because they have the personnel to switch everything. If you force Steph Curry to get 30 on one-on-one step backs on how Al Horford guarding him, then you live with that. Regardless, Al Horford has good enough feet to get at least a somewhat contest off, and him having to work in ISOs doing step back threes is fatigue. Like, you can't live and die by that. And even if he hits those, it's not enough to, like, you've seen Luka kill enough one-on-one in man zone, overreact and double him, because why? If he's just switching and he's forced into one-on-one, they're shooting late in the clock, they're not getting transition. Like, there's so many benefits that apply to that, even if they're killing in ISOs, right? Like, but I guess because it's Steph and his 3-point percentage is high, they don't want to do that. But again, the finals has showed you that's been the blueprint. So I never agreed with Udoka doing this drop coverage, extended drop where it's higher, but they're still kind of there. Like, you're doing all these different things that's allowing Steph to kill you in miscommunications, right? And don't wonder he's had his best finals series he's ever had, because he's never been guarded like this in any finals. Go watch the tape, right? Obviously, in scenarios and situations where you miscommunicate here and there, he's guarded like that. But for the most part, every time it's switch. So they didn't apply the switch. Sometimes they did, but they didn't really apply the switch. You'll see that they applied a different defense, which is hedge, hard, and recover, right? And then for the most part, he gets canceled, and, Wiggins had to go to work through ISO, similar to what KD had to do. You really saw Wiggins' imprint defensively and offensively, especially on Tatum late down in the stretch. So let's go into the context, because I give you that context. Let's go straight right into it, boy. So at the gate, you can see that they guarded Steph Curry differently. Obviously, to see right here, you can see Marcus Smart reaches in. That should have been a carry because he didn't touch the ball and he got hung on his back. But, right here, they're playing differently. Robert Williams is still in the drop, but he kind of extends a bit more. And because he has length, he could afford to stay that far. I don't like how he played the drop right here, but because Marcus Smart is forcing through, he kind of steps up a little bit right here, but it's slow to get back. Great pass by Curry to Dre. And, hey, that's LA every day. And you can see that, obviously. You can see that they're playing differently. And right here, again, turnovers is obviously the Celtics' kryptonite, man. Jaylen Brown turning over the ball recklessly. And that's great defense by the Warriors, especially, Clay right there. And you can see, let's see right here, again, Steph Curry. You see how Marcus Smart is guarding him. He's attached to him, and he's canceling Steph Curry out this whole play. You see how he steps up Robert Williams on Clay's screen, and it's going to be Wiggins ISO. My goodness, Wiggs. He said I could give you the biz. But you see how Steph Curry wasn't even part of the play. Wiggins basically have to apply the KD bag right now. He has to go to work a lot of one-on-one because Steph Curry, you see how Jaylen Brown's attentive to him right now. Hella high, guarding him at half court. That's obviously the adjustment they've made. You see right here, great defense right here. You can see the screen, slip screen, brush screen by Draymond, and then that's why 2 is on him. Great pass, and they don't care. They're leaving Wiggins wide open. And you can see, obviously, Wiggins is going to have to put in work. That's their game plan. And you can see how they adjusted to Curry right here on transition. He can't pull it because Tatum has length, force, and he's not going to one-on-one. He's going to pass, relocate, or get the screen. And right here, again, beautiful. You can see how they're switching everything, attentive to detail to start out the game. Even though they're still scoring and had the lead, you can see off the ball, you see Tatum's and White switch with Curry and Clay's action. Right here, you can see, and then they're going to keep going. And right here, you can see Horford steps up, but he's kind of in the drop, which is why Clay gets an open look. My goodness, that's Clay Day? He said it's a payday. My goodness, the trays rain. Bro, you can't do that. You can't give Clay, no matter if he's shooting bad or not, you can't give him any look. And right here, great defense by Curry, great help by Gary Payton, and you can see transition. And he slips right there in transition, but you can see the attentive right here. You see Robert Williams is kind of there in the gap. White steps up, and you can see both. See, contest from Egypt, and they're right there. That's the secret. Pay attention. Treat him, honestly, treat him like he's Steph. No more wide open looks. Look right here again. He beats Grant Williams, but you can see they're kind of in the gap. Robert Williams is in the gap, so he can't really pull a mid-range and then get back to the non-shooter. And that's what they're doing right now. That's their game plan right here. It's going to have to be, again, Wiggins ISO. I might go psycho. This is what KD had to do, too. My goodness. My goodness. Wiggs said I could give you the biz. And people, oh, my God, KD didn't help. When you cancel all Steph Curry's actions, someone has to go one-on-one. It was KD before, and now it's Wiggins. Same position, small forward. What are we doing? Y'all got to understand. Look, switch everything. They're switching right now. And then right here off the screen, you see Grant Williams goes under perfectly, which he shouldn't do, but he did in that situation. Brush through the screen. One-on-one. Rebound, you know, D sound. And you can see, and these takes look like they're one-on-one, but they're not one-on-one because of the screen. And you can see right here, Marcus Smart has to step up late, but he recovered. And then right now, they going to switch again. And Curry's just going to try, relocate, try to get it. He's not going to one-on-one. When you switch everything and you force that and you cancel that, does Steph Curry now adjust to the canceling of the actions in one-on-one? He doesn't really. Right here, he's going to ask for a screen again. Right into action. See, Horford's playing up top to get back late. Perfect. And you can see that he's now stopping Curry and then running back to his man. And it's going to look like it's a double, but it's not a double. Again, beautiful contest. And you can see they're attentive to Curry out the jump and guarding him differently. One-on-one he's not going to do. And you can see you already knew the pass is going to be contested or cookie. What are we doing here? And you see Wiggins. Boom, boom. Right there. Wiggs said I could give you the biz. My goodness. All he's doing is cooking. He's bailing them out right now with offense because the actions are padded right now. You can see right here again, another screen, hella high, hella far. You see Al Horford steps up high. He doesn't sag off. He steps up, contains for a bit until White gets back, and then he's going to go back to Iguodala. See, he contains, and then he leaves him. And you see right there, if he hits the step back, go count as an ISO. See right here? And he just sags off, rotate, get back. Good tip by Tatum, good way to guard two in the gap. And you can see that they're attentive to detail right now, and they're rotating, and they're playing great defense. Right here, they switch guard to guard. When the big comes, we're going to gap and then go back. Tatum again reading that, reverse of the screen, the crossover. Switch everything. You can see Steph Curry's actions gets canceled, and Wiggins is going to have to ISO, just like KD. My God, yo. Boom. And that's a bag. This is what I'm talking about. People didn't understand, oh, my God, KD is all because Steph. That's cap. You're seeing it right before your eyes. This is exactly what happened when KD was there, and Wiggins is stepping up to the plate. And he's stepping up to the plate, and that boy, he said, I'm going to eat. I mean, I ate. That's in the past, boy. Bruh. Steph. Give the ball, move it. You can see what he's telling him. He's obviously like, yo, keep moving. We don't want ISOs. We want to catch them on miscommunications and kill them. See right here, again, Horford steps up beautifully. He's trying to stop him until White can get back. And you can see, obviously, Smart helps. And they leave Gary Payton wide open, non-shooter. And you see he's trying to relocate. Obviously, they switch that right there. And everybody's attentive to detail. Steph don't want to ISO. People say, no, they don't let him ISO. No, he's trying to keep moving. See, right there, gets it. And right there, see, and he gets fouled. They want to keep movement and basically catch you slipping. Any mistake you make, kill him right here. Reverses the screen. Horford has to step up hella high right here. And you can see right here, he only has to contain because White got stuck. And right here, even though he does a step back right here, you see on the paper, on the stat sheet, it's going to say it's an ISO. It's not really an ISO. You get what I'm saying? And he went psycho. My goodness, my God, it ain't no typo, but it is. Every time in those situations is going to count. Oh my God, Steph has the most ISOs. It's not really ISO. See right here? He has to fight through the screen white, and he reverses the screen or snakes the screen, and then he gets back. Horford cut him off for a little bit, and he's going to get another screen, half spin, and didn't work. And then you see Gary Payton sets it on the wrong side, but White's kind of moving within the screen, fighting through, and then he kills him while he's kind of just chasing him, and then that's a step back, and it's going to count as an ISO. And if he made that, that would have been an ISO bucket. But as you could see, it's not an ISO bucket. It's all really right off the screen, and he's killing you. And that's what, people don't understand with that chart that said Steph has the most ISOs. It's cap. It's cap. You got to have the trained eye. That's why I don't, you know what I mean? I know what I'm talking about. And great defense. And look at that. Great help by Steph. Great rotation by Gary Payton. Read in. And then transition to get back. You see Horford right there. And then transition, the words will kill you. And that's what happened with the Celtics. Even though they're playing great defense on Steph, they would miscommunicate on other actions or make turnovers. So the turnovers, leads to transition. And right here, you can see in the second half, what are they doing? They turned it up. My goodness. That's Tatum. You better rate him. My God. Is that Brick Wall Hall of Fame by Marcus? I'm moving smart-ish. And then right here, again, attack. They want to attack Steph all day, every day. I don't know why they don't do this more often, because they're high percentage when they do that. Look, Draymond Green helps, but you got to help. Two man's help open. My goodness, Tatum, you better rate him. Great help by Draymond. Wiggins had to help. Wiggins, he's like, yeah, don't help too much, Wiggins. Don't help too much. You're trying to let him know. What are we doing here, okay? You can see Clay, there again, actions. Fighting through Marcus Smart beautifully. Robert Williams could just play in the paint, in the, right there. Leave him open. Contest, not really. Rebound, D sound. And that's what they're trying to force. They're forcing Otto Porter, Gary Payton, Iguodala. Those guys have to shoot them out the gym. And that's a great game plan. What are we doing right here? Obviously, you get Steph on you. That's a mismatch. Is gift wrap. They're going to double. And right here, and that's a turnover. Great help by Wiggins. Even though it's Steph Curry's steal. Right there. Oh, Robert Williams get there. Both got there. And then right here, you got to chase. Transition is too tough, man. Bruh. My goodness. Clay, he said, I'm going to make you pay. Get out my way, boy. And then right here, Jaylen Brown with his left hand, sometimes he be sloppy. His left hand isn't as clean as his right. You can see. That's why tendencies will be to force him left all the time. And that's what you can see Draymond trying to do. He's cutting off the right now. And he's like, see, Steph Curry stay on the left right here and force him left. You see what they're doing? And then he doesn't really attack or explosive on the left as much. You get what I'm saying? And now you force him to have to ISO Marcus. Great help by Otto Porter. And he didn't see him, and that's not Steph Curry's defense. Otto Porter's help defense, transition. But you see how Jaylen Brown's there. They're attentive now. There's not wide open looks anymore. You know what I'm saying? They're attentive to detail, and they're on a string right now defensively, the Celtics, and that's why they're coming back. They're playing the long game. Mono. My God, boy, bruh. My goodness. Tatum said you better rate him, boy. Get in that groove. He shake his head like, I'm here, though. My God, Joe, what are we doing? Right here, and then your Wiggins got bumped by Horford into Tatum. They called a foul on Wiggs. Bruh, you can see Steve Kerr. Mark, he got bumped into him. He tried to fight over the screen, and he bumped into Wiggins into him. Steph's like, Kerr's like, yo, he bumped into him, and he's right. Attack Curry. And then right pass, good hesitation, bruh. My goodness, Marcus moving smart-ish. But you can see Jaylen's attack on Steph Curry now opens up the paint. Collapses the paint and opens up the three. Right here, shimmy drive. Great spin by Tatum. Again, collapse of the defense. Wide open. Boom, wide open. Draymond smoking for helping. And you can see they're amped. And you can see